How's it everyone, Grant here, welcome back to the channel. And today I've got the Sony WF-1000XM3 active noise cancelling true wireless earbuds. So that's a mouthful, but these are Sony's latest true wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation, which seems to be a big deal right now in truly wireless earbuds. And so Sony is usually really good at audio, and so I've been meaning to check these out for a very long time, and so finally getting around to actually opening this thing up. And so really quickly, before getting into the box, you got some HD voice quality. It does use USB Type-C. It does not have wireless charging case. You have quick charging, so 10 minutes of charge gets you up to 90 minutes of playback time. You get 6 hours of playback with noise cancellation on, and I think the case gives you an extra 4 charges for a 24-hour use cycle with the earbuds and the case. And so really this should last you several days to maybe a week, depending on how often you actually listen to music or use your truly wireless earbuds. And with noise cancelling off, it can actually last up to 8 hours on a charge, or at least that's what Sony's claiming. It does have NFC. They have their Sense engine, which is supposed to detect what you're doing at the time. Either you're moving around, or you're working out, or you're standing still, and it will adjust the noise cancellation for you or something like that. We'll get into that a little bit later. It'll support some of the other types of playback codecs there that you can see, and it has this Headphones Connect app that you can play with for probably some additional features. So let's tear into the box here as best as we can. And so these are retailing for about $230, but I saw them on Amazon, I think, for $150 refurbished, so that's a pretty good deal. Here are the earbuds themselves. So very nice packaging here from Sony. So here's a case. Now this is a pretty large charging case, and I'll try to get my AirPods so that you can kind of see in comparison, but there is the USB Type-C. But this is definitely one of the bulkier and larger charging cases that I've seen for true wireless earbuds. Here are the earbuds themselves. So again, these buds are actually fairly large themselves, but you expect them to be. They have to house the drivers for in-ear for good audio quality plus the active noise cancellation. So they're going to be a little bit bulkier than other true wireless earbuds as well, but that's what they look like out of the box. We'll get the other one out. You can see that there, and they do have this touch control sensor there. So supposedly the left side, if you just touch and hold, it'll actually activate the pass-through and turn on the volume, so you can have some quick pass-through and hear what other people are saying for some quick conversations. And also obviously all the other touch controls for play, pause, skipping tracks, etc. And this is the other things you get in the box here. You can see all the different ear tips down there. Let's see if we can get to that. So nice pull tab there. And you've got your usual nighttime reading here that Sony likes to include. And you've got all your extra ear tips. So a lot of extra ear tips. Hopefully you should be able to find the ones that best fit for you. And if you're finding a different fit from ear to ear, don't be afraid to mix and match the size of tips for your left or your right, because you don't have to use the same size tip in both your left and right ear. Sometimes our ears are shaped differently, and sometimes they require different sizes per ear. And then you also have your USB Type-C cable for charging if you don't have one. So let's go ahead and check the case out here. There you can see you can put the earbuds in left and right. Let's go ahead and try to do that. So I think that goes there. That goes there, and they pop right in. You can see the NFC logo, so that's where your contact probably is. And they are magnetic, they just popped in. They don't shake loose very easily. Type-C charging port, and again, like I said, no wireless charging built into the case. Close it up, and it should be charging. You can see it's red there, so that means there's probably not too much battery. So I'll go ahead and charge these up, and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a bunch of other truly wireless earbuds here. So you can kind of compare the size of how big this case is on these Sony true wireless earbuds. So first off with the AirPods, these are probably the most compact buds that I have, that I take everywhere. And so as you can see here, it is significantly bigger than the AirPods case here. And that's definitely gonna be more of a noticeable feel in your pocket. So let's go ahead and check out the Samsung Galaxy Buds. Again, still pretty much bigger, much bigger than the Galaxy Buds as well. We've got the TicPods Freeze. So here's some TicPods, and here's the case here. This is a little bit bigger case, but it's still definitely bigger in every way than the Sony's. You've got the Jabra 65T Elites, and these are definitely a little bit smaller, larger than the others, but definitely still smaller than the Sony case. And then of course you've got the Bose here, which are just huge. And so maybe this is the only one that it's smaller than, but as you can see here, it's still a fairly large carrying case here for the Sonys. But for all you're getting, the sound quality, the noise cancellation, I wouldn't expect them to be that small. But if you want to know how big this case is going to be, especially if you want to carry them in your pocket, that's how they're compared to some of these other types of truly wireless earbuds cases. Okay, so now I'll try to pair my phone with NFC pairing, because you don't get NFC pairing in a set of earbuds too often. So I'll go ahead and open these up and take them up, put them in my ear to put them into pairing mode. You can also see what these look like. So just indicated battery is fully charged. I'll go ahead and take out the other bud and place them in my left ear. So that's what it looks like in your ear. And it says battery is fully charged. I'll go ahead and I'll take my phone, tap it against the contact. Now it asks me if I want to do Bluetooth pairing. I'll tap yes. It says pairing to the earbuds. And it just said connected. So we're now connected to the earbuds. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and pull up some music and take my first listen. Right now I hope I'm not talking too loud because of the noise canceling, but let's get a feel for what this sounds like. So music is playing. And I'll try to use the touch controls on the right earbud to play, pause, and skip. So we'll go ahead and tap once to pause. And it paused the music. We'll tap again to play. Playing the music. We'll double tap to skip. Skipped it. Triple tap to go back. And it went back again. So pause it one more time. And so touch controls seem to work pretty well, and there actually is a pretty large touch target here, the big circle. So touch controls actually kind of work pretty well here. Usually on some of these earbuds you get some really small touch targets. And so again, hopefully I'm not talking too loud, but let's try to turn off the noise cancellation. So to do that, you just tap on the left earbud once. And it just said ambient sound is now on. And so now I can hear more of my surroundings. And so this actually works pretty well. A lot of other earbuds with this pass-through of sound feature usually has a lot of muffling or other noises, and it doesn't work very well. And you can't really hear your surroundings too crisply. But with this, it's actually working pretty well, so I can tap it again. And that turns the ambient sound control off, meaning now the pass-through is now off, and I touch it one more time. And noise canceling is back on. So that's how you rotate between noise canceling and the active sound pass-through. And actually, if I'm playing a song, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's play the song again. And if I tap and hold, it actually activates the pass-through. So the volume of the music goes way down, and the pass-through sound is now activated. So I can fully hear my surroundings, I can have a conversation, I can do whatever I need to do without fully pausing the music or taking the earbud out. And when I release it, it'll turn it off. And so now the music went back all the way up and noise canceling is back on. So let me go ahead and pause the music, or actually I can just take the earbud out. And that actually paused the music, as you can see here. If I put the earbud back in, it starts playing again. So far the basic controls seem to work. The sound quality is actually pretty good. It doesn't get quite as loud. Let me try this one more time just to make sure. And so it gets loud, but it's not really loud, and there's enough bass, but it's not overpowering. The highs are nice and crisp. The mids are there, so it seems to be fairly balanced. You get a good punch from the lows, but I'm gonna have to do some extensive testing. Before I do a full review and conclude on sound quality. This is just a quick sound test and just initial test on the touch controls, because a lot of times with these earbuds, touch controls don't work very well, and these seem to be working pretty decently well. And I do like how you have the pass-through activation by just touching and holding on the left earbud. If you really want to just turn it off, you can just tap once and it'll turn it off. Tap again, it'll turn active noise canceling on back again. So really well done on the touch controls. The sound quality seems pretty good right now, and I just wish it would get a little bit louder. I'm gonna try to play around with this a little bit more before my full review, before I make any conclusions on sound quality or how loud the volume really gets. But again, These are how they're going to look in your ear. They're a little bit larger than most earbuds just because they do have some pretty decent quality, so they have to have those drivers in there plus the active noise cancellation and everything else. So they're going to be a little bit bigger than maybe some of the other earbuds, and they're a little bit of an elongated shape. So if you don't really like how this looks in your ear, then maybe these aren't for you. But so far, I think these are sounding pretty good, and the active noise cancellation as well as the touch controls are working pretty well. So, and I think right now these are $150 on refurbished on Amazon, so that's a pretty good deal. Otherwise they're $230 at full retail price, and that's on par with some of the other active noise cancellation earbuds that just came out from a pretty popular company, which is around $250. So I think these are priced right, and so far, first impressions, they're sounding very good and top quality. NFC pairing was really cool, and I'm just going to test these out for a little bit more before I make my final conclusions. The active noise canceling doesn't suck it all the way in, like it won't suck the air out of a room, kind of a feeling like when you have the over the ears like the Bose. But it does sound pretty good. You can still faintly hear things around you, but once you start playing the music, I couldn't hear anything around me. So active noise canceling seems pretty promising on these, but again, I'll be testing these extensively before I give a final conclusion or review. But if there's anything you want to know about these Sony active noise canceling true wireless earbuds, leave a comment down below, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.